Om. 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 Pataye Namaha. Om Saraswati Namaha. Om Shri Guru Namaha. Akhandamandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Let us take in Shiva Shakti in deep 5 breaths. Om Shiva Shakti Om. 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 Durga Saptashati Devi Mahatmyam is Rajastava. It is like the king of all the stutis, all stotras. Just like Ashwamedha Yaga is the king of all yaga, yajna. Durga Saptashati is very powerful and auspicious and one of the great tools for transformation as a sadhaka or as a bhakta. Durga, Adi Parashakti Lalitamba, who has taken the form as Durga. She is working in three different aspects. Durga as Mahakali, Durga as Mahalakshmi, and Durga as Mahasaraswati. In all three, she is Durga only. She is that ultimate Parashakti only. It is we bhaktas and the sadhakas, by looking at what type of demons she is killing in us, how she is helping us. Depending on that, we are recognizing Durga as Mahakali, Durga as Mahalakshmi, Durga as Mahasaraswati, because it is that Durga who is taking care of, getting rid of all demonly evil traits which we are carrying in us as sadhakas and bhaktas. So, Durga is taking care of every being, every being. When we come to realize what she is, how she is working on us, we pay our obeisance to her. So, Durga Saptashati, Devi Mahatmyam is very, very helpful in understanding in what all ways she is helping us. Basically, in the beginning, beginning of the universe, beginning of the human being, we are in the thick darkness in ignorance of Tamoguna, isn't it? From that, it is Mahakali killing that Madhu and Kaithaba who are dragging us towards the world and making us forget what I am really in fact. We are carried away because of the presence of Madhu and Kaitaba in us. So, in Tamoguna, we are caught so strongly. Madhu, honey. Kaithaba is the honey bee. Both of them are making us seek the honey in the outer world through the five senses and the mind. So, after controlling the Tamoguna, next comes the Rajoguna, where Durga as Mahalakshmi takes care of getting rid of Mahishasura, who is having the beastly nature, half beast, and with humanly capacity, humanly competence, humanly caliber, power. So that combination is making us getting into the Rajoguna. So that she takes care. And then comes Dhumralochana. So from beastly nature, we are coming to humanly nature. Even though we have come to be the human being with competence, still we have many other subtle but very strong Rakshasas, Asuras dwelling in us. In that, the Rajoguna, where it is so strong, is in Dhumralochana. Dhumralochana is the Asura with distorted perception because he has that smoky eyes. The glance or the sight is not clear, pure. It is smoky. So with lots of distorted perception, lots of doubts, confusion, dhumralochana. That is the beginning. When he is taken out, the bhakta or the sadhaka gets some clarity in understanding where I am moving forward. Dhumralochana. And then comes Chanda and Munda. Chanda is the one who is having that extroverted energy, psychic energy, which is dragging the sadhaka or the bhakta towards outer world with his passion. And that passion is creating so much of wild attraction, desire, which is taking us in the negative way. And Munda is the one who is introverted psychic energy, which will have so many doubts within and not able to control that. So sadhaka or the bhakta, in the beginning, he will be thinking, am I going in the right direction? Have I taken the right guru? I was a great devotee of Krishna, and now I am devoted to Shiva. Will there be some discomfort in Vishnu to help me when I need him? Am I doing the right thing by switching over to this? And then I'm having love and affinity towards Devi. Now I have moved on to Devi. Will Shiva get angry on me? Will Vishnu get angry on me? That transition from one to another, even that creates so much of discomfort, anxiety, guilt. These are all the reason for that Munda. Because as a sadhaka, when we start our seeking, we go through this stage, isn't it? And Ishtadaiva also changes according to the need, environment in which we are connected with. It changes. But even there, it is with confusion and doubt, lots of questions in the head, mind. That will also be obstacles. So these are very intricate but very important things to be tackled. But it is not easy for us to decide on our own. That is when Durga comes in the form of Mahasaraswati and she roots out the Chanda Munda also. With her sweetness, with her grace, with her wit, with her wisdom, she makes that Chanda and Munda control themselves, and finally she roots them. Are we done with it? No. Next comes Rakta Bija. Rakta Bija Sura is the demon, that quality which breeds thought after thought, thought after thought. The whole process of the chain of thoughts which keeps coming again and again, again and again, is also the greatest obstacle. For that, the two distorted, different kinds of thoughts keep coming. And that slowly leads to desire after desire, desire after desire of different kinds. So Rakta Bija Sura has that capacity in him. One thought will lead to many other thoughts. like that Rakta Bijasura, which is described in Durga Saptashati. Even if one drop of blood falls on the earth, there emerges many other Rakta Bijasuras. It was that difficult. So what did she do? By spreading the tongue throughout the earth, she gulped all the drops of blood. And thus, there was no chance for Rakta Bijasura to multiply himself. So that is how Mahasaraswati takes out the very beginning of the thought itself. She makes the mind like the clean slate, without any branches of thoughts or desires which will take away the mind to go in that direction. She takes care of that. And then comes Shumbha and Nishumbha. Their problem is much subtler, but very, very primary and very strong. So it is like coming to the Sattvika level, we have to fight out with Shumbha and Nishumbha. Who are they? They are like demons trying to control the whole being. Like I am, the false I, egocentric I. So when that egocentric I, Shumbha, becomes very strong, that being starts thinking, I am the one who has to take care of the whole world. I am the king of this world. I have to take care of it. I have to see that everything is under my control. That is how it starts working. As friend of him, Nishumbha, that is mamatva, mind, assertiveness, attachment to the things which are acquired. So these two, aham, ahankara and mamatva. I am, the egocentric false I. And mamatva, mine, I want it. It has to be with me. So what do? This Shumbha, Nishumbha. They won't allow the sadhaka or the bhakta to go closer to Devi. So even there, it is Mahasaraswati who gives the knowledge. By giving the knowledge, who I am, what this world is it worth to hang on to the world which is moving so fast, every second it is changing. With that knowledge, she kills Shumbha and Nishumbha. So if you look at the progress of assertive aggression in these asuras, we can see how they are becoming subtler in the problem to be tackled. Here, as Mahishasura, he was beastly and he just attacked Devi with that beastly nature. And slowly it turned out as Dhumralochana, who had that distorted perception with smoky kind of blurry sight. And then came Chanda Munda with lots of confusion, doubts, and they were also taken up. In Rajoguna, they get into passion and get into trouble. That was also taken. And next, it is Shumbha and Nishumbha. What are they doing in their way of interacting with Devi. That false I is thinking it is equal to that real I, which is Devi, the Supreme. So, Shumbha and Nishubha are proposing Devi to get married to them. That means what? That false I is thinking with ignorance that I am equal to Devi. I have to have her as my wife. She should be in my palace. So, Shumbha Nishubha are thinking they are equal to Devi. False I, egocentric I, which is not, it is only a notion which is very transient, but it is thinking it is the real I, which is the Supreme Devi. So Mahasaraswati tackles them also. Once all these asuras are killed in the sadhaka or the bhakta, he thinks, he sees very clearly, as though it is in front of him, what the reality is, what that Supreme is. He is able to see Devi. And when he rushes towards her with great joy, ananda, and with lots of love towards her, he goes and dashes against that strong, invisible glass wall. Isn't it? Because he's still in the cell. As I told you in the previous lecture, in Tamoguna, it is concrete like dark thickness. That cell, that room is like dark with concrete wall. And next comes the smoky, stormy kind of wall, which cannot be crossed easily. And this final one with Sattvika Guna, even though we have acquired the quality, caliber to see Devi right in front of us, what the reality is in front of us, we are not able to become one with that reality, because there is that invisible strong glass door. So we are still in that Sattvaguna. And again, Mahasaraswati helps us to get over that glass door as well. So during this Navaratri, the last 3 days are dedicated to Mahasaraswati. Let us take the Mahasaraswati Stotra, which is the inspiration of Agastyamuni. And Saraswati, what's the meaning of that word Saraswati? In Rigveda, we see Saraswati being referred to her as, being addressed as a river, one who flows. Saraswati. Saras is that which flows. So that fluidity can be in anything, like consciousness, water, thought. So, or even the good qualities, compassion, it flows, fluidity. That is Saraswati. So we can take it as the stream or the river of consciousness, which is continuously flowing, being activated consciousness. It is flowing. So we see the similarity of Saraswati with Shiva. They share the commonality, being pure consciousness. Jnana. And the hue, which is Sattvika, pure white, and it is transparent, like crystal. Karpura. Saraswati. Another interpretation can be Rasavati, one who is with the essence of knowledge. Rasa is that essence. Rasavati, Rasavati. Another Sarasavati, one who is playful, one who dallies as words, emotions, in literature, in art form, and even as speech. And Saraswati is also called as Vagishwari, Vagadhishtatri, Yaya Vina Jagat Sarvam, Muka Unmattavat Sada. Without whom, that is Saraswati, without whom the whole world will become dumb, silent, and insane. Unmattavat. Because it is she who is consciousness, jnana. Without her, in every step of all beings, the world will not be the same. Without the faculty of speech, which starts from the birth of the thought and as the words spoken out in Vaikari mode. Without that, the world will be silent and no actions can be triggered. So these are all the outer skeletal nature or characteristics of Devi Mahasaraswati. That's the reason even Lalita Sahasranama was composed and recited by Vagdevatas, and head of them was Mahasaraswati. So let us go into the shlokas. I will sing all the shlokas once if I am able to finish all the shlokas explanation. Ya kundendu tushara hara dhavala, ya shubhra vastravrita, ya veena varadanda manditakara, ya shweta padmasana, ya brahmachyuta shankara prabhritivi devaihi sada pujita sa mam patu Saraswati Bhagavati Nishesha Jadyapaha. Ya, one who is. Kunda is the jasmine flower, which is white with lots of fragrance in it. Indu, like the beautiful moon. Tushara, like the snow. Dewdrops. Hara dhavala, like the garland of dhavala. That means she's pure white, having all the qualities like Kunda, Indu, Tushara, and Dhavala. She's beautifully shining as that purity or pure white, but she's transparent, like Dhavala. So her form as Jnana Devi, she is white but transparent. She's totally Sattvika. Ya Shubhra Vastramita, one who is wearing around her the white garment. Here, Shubhra Vastravrita, one who is draped around. Another version is also correct. Shubhra Vastranvita. Anvita is one who is possessing, as though it is very much part of her. There is difference. One who is draped around, it is just as the outside, draping, avrita. One who is enveloped in white saree. Anvita means one who is possessing that white garment as though it is very much essential part of her, which has more meaning in it. Because even though we are saying Avrita, Anvita, it is the consciousness which she is emitting from her body. Looks like as though it is a beautiful garment on her. Visualize it. Mahasaraswati is that jnana. And the way she is emitting her activated consciousness is so pure white, and it is shining, yet it is transparent, and it is giving rise to a beautiful figure as though she is draped in a saree or in a garment. So that means she is emitting that kind of beauty. Ya Veena Varadanda Mandita Kara. Veena Varadanda. Varadanda means that whole Veena is in her hands. Mandita Kara. She is holding in her hands. What is she holding? Veena Varadanda. That great divine Veena in her hands. Ya Shweta Padmasana, one who is sitting on the white lotus. What does it mean? Veena, that divine Veena she is holding in her hands means it is the bhakta, it is the sadhaka who really wants to grow, to bring out the music. Only when Mahasaraswati holds the bhakta or sadhaka in her hands, naturally she makes the fine divine music coming out of that sadhaka or the bhakta. So it is such a beautiful thing to be in her hand as Veena, and she is the one who is playing and who is bringing out that music. We, the sadhaka and the bhakta. Isn't it? So we have to surrender ourselves to be in the hands of Saraswati. Shweta Padmasana, she's sitting on the white lotus. White, Sattvika. That is jnana. Jnana is always in that white color, white hue. Padma, lotus. That means she's emitting the characteristics of the white color, which is jnana, as well as the lotus, which is purity, non-attachment, and the beauty. Ya Brahma Achyuta Achyuta is Vishnu. Shankara, Shiva. Prabrutibih, by all gods. Devaihi, by the whole gamut of devas. Sada Pujita, always she is worshipped. It's natural. Without jnana, without that consciousness, who can do what? Nothing can be done. So everyone wants her grace. Sa, that Saraswati, Mam Patu, let her protect me. Bhagavati, who is divine, having all divine qualities in her. How should she protect me? Nishesha, without leaving even tiniest atom kind of residue of jadya, means ignorance, lack of interest, inactivity, dullness. Taking out everything. Nishesha, there should not be any residue of this jadya. Apaha, let her take out. By taking out that, let her protect. So here again, when we are doing the meditation on Mahasaraswati, or when we are visualizing her in a form, we should know that whatever we are reading here, or even in the further shlokas, she is emitting that, and she is not holding the things externally. Because she is emitting that kind of knowledge or the consciousness, it looks like she is decorated, but it is she who is emitting that. Dorbhiryukta chaturbhihi स्फटिकमणि निभैरक्षमालान्दधाना हस्तेनैकेन पद्मं सितमपि च शुकं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा कुन्देन्दुशङ्खस्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना असमाना सा मे वाग्देवता iyam or vagdevateyam nivasatu vadane sarvada suprasanna. Dorbhiryukta, two hands on each side, which means chaturbhihi, four. In her four hands, she is holding sphatika mani nibha, akshamala. The mala, the garland of aksha, that is the beads, which is sphatika mani nibha, which is with the hue of the crystal. Sphatika mani, it is sphatika, that which is transparent, and it is colorless. It has the hue of its own. Why is she holding that? The dhana, she is holding in her hand. That means the jnana which she is emitting as Mahasaraswati is helpful when it is crystal clear and transparent, so that it is able to pierce through different kinds of necessary beings. What that person needs to be corrected may not be the same correction which I need. I might need different. Another one might need different kind of correction. For all those things, it is best for her to have that sphatika mani nibha akshamala. So through that turning, constantly moving it, she is emitting the knowledge which is necessary for each one in different ways. Hastenaikena, in another hand, Padmam Sitam Apicha. Sitam is white. Again, she is holding the white Padma in her another hand. And then she is holding Shuka, that is the parrot. What is that? Parrot. What is the characteristics of parrot? Nature. It mimics, it repeats, it's very talkative, very intelligent, and it is very optimistic, and it always sees the best in everything. So it is always happy. So by holding it, it is like the reminder for us. A sadhaka should be like that Shuka. And then she's also holding Pustaka. That Pustaka is Veda, which she's holding in her hand. Chaparena in another hand. Bhasa, and she's shining. Kunda Indu Shankha Spatika Mani Nibha. Not only she is holding all these things, she is also emitting the grand hue of Kunda, the jasmine, Indu, the moon, Shankha, the white Shankha, Spatika Mani, that Spatika, the pure crystal, Nibha, their kind of hue. Even though all of them are white, there is subtle difference in them. She is emitting all. She being that consciousness. She is emitting that consciousness in different ways and different levels. So naturally, she has to have all those things as part of her. Bhasamana, Asamana, and her glorious look, Bhasamana, is Asamana. It can never be compared with anything. Just imagine, she is so pure white and yet transparent. So one can only see it through the inner eye, because that kind of form, Asamana, it can never be compared or reproduced. Asamana. Same Vagdevata iyam. Let this Vagdevata nivasatu. Let her reside. Vagdevata, who is the Devata of the whole faculty of speech, which starts from the thought, the very first thought. It takes a form in the mind, and that form will have a shape. And then the desire to blurt it out, that is another step. And the mouth, tongue, and then the teeth, upper palate and the lower palate, lips, and the air, everything controlled to produce different kinds of letters, aksharas. So for all these things to happen clearly, there should be the grace of Vagdevi. Let that Vagdevi nivasatu, let her make her residence where nivasatu vadane, in my mouth. Vadana here means mouth. Sarvada, all the time. Suprasanna, and let her be happy. With total joy and happiness, with lots of love, she should stay on my tongue. all the time. Because this sadhaka, this bhakta knows the spoken words cannot be taken back. Once it is blurted out, done. Cannot be taken back. And another thing, the spoken word can make it or break it. Isn't it? We see it in Hanuman. Many times we also come across this kind of situation. I don't know what to tell. If I tell like this, it might be correct. If I tell like this, it might be wrong. What shall I do? What shall I do? When I surrender to that Devi who is within me as consciousness, she gives me the right answer, which is the correct one. So she has to always be on the tongue. Let her make that my tongue as her residence. Sura Sura Sevita Pada Pankaja. So it is not only the Devatas, Sura, Asura, both demons as well as Devatas, the gods. Pada Pankaja, they all Sevita, one who is worshipped, served by both Suras and Asuras, gods and demons. That means every being, even if he is a murderer, he also needs Saraswati. Even if he is a great scholar, he needs Saraswati. Every being needs Saraswati. Because of her presence, murderer is working as murderer. And the scholar or the king or the protector is also working because of her presence in them. It is the consciousness which always, with witness mode, keeps emitting the consciousness, which is Mahasaraswati. Sura Sura Sevita Pada Pankaja Kare Virajat Kamaniya Pustaka. And at her hand, Kamaniya Pustaka, there shines the book which is very Kamaniya, which is very attractive, desirable. And one is naturally attracted towards, like magnet, they are attracted. Kamaniya. Why? What is it? She is holding Vedas. Veda is the essence of all the knowledge, be it transcendental knowledge or the secular knowledge. It contains everything in it. And also Pustaka here represents the memory, isn't it? Something which is documented as memory in sadhaka or the bhakta, who is aiming to become one with Saraswati. So she is holding that memory also in her hands. We are working as human beings because of that memory faculty, which is very much alive in us. Think of it. And that is shining. Kamaniya Pustaka. Virajat Kamaniya Pustaka. Virinchi Patni. She is the creative power of Brahma. Because she's all the time giving the power to Brahma without leaving him. She has become the partner of Brahma. As Mahasaraswati, she is the creative power of Brahma. Virinchi Patni. Kamalasana Sthita, one who is sitting on Kamala. That means she is establishing herself totally into the purity, non-attachment, witness mode, like the Kamala. Saraswati Nrityatu. Let that Saraswati dance around. Saraswati Nrityatu Vachi me sada. Let her dance in the words spoken by me all the time. So if Saraswati is dancing as words on my mouth, our talk, our thought, and further our action will also be all the time pleasant and joyous. Isn't it? How beautiful it is. Saraswati Sarasija Kesara Prabhav. This Saraswati is on the white lotus. Kesara Prabha, and she shines as that lotus filaments. They are not pure white, but it is golden color. So imagine that white lotus, pure white lotus. All the petals are white. In the center, those filaments are goldish yellow color. How beautiful it looks. And she's that. She's having that hue. Kesara Prabha. Tapaswini. She is indeed Tapaswini. Because Tapaswini is, she is the embodiment of meditation, dhyana. And Tapana, she is like a yogi working on all the beings at all times. So she's Tapaswini. Her job is not easy. To make the whole universe work as sane being, the whole world as one being, if we take. There are so many different species, humans. Everyone has different level of consciousness, awareness, and she has to work on everyone continuously. It is like she's on the burning fire, tapana, but she is handling it so beautifully with so much of joy and grace. Tapaswini. Sita Kamalasana Priya, and she loves the white lotus as her asana. Sita Kamala Asana Priya, one who loves to sit on white lotus. She wants that stability in her as pure white sattvika consciousness. Ghanastani, one who has firm, well-developed breasts. Why? The whole universe need that nourishment which is giving as jnana to the whole universe. So she's like that young mother who is having a baby. When she is feeding the baby, naturally her breasts are firm and well developed and with lots of nutritious milk. From Mahasaraswati, we are having that milk of knowledge, milk of consciousness, milk of morality in different kinds we are getting that nutrition through her Ghanastani. Kamala Vilola Lochana. Her eyes are like lotus, lotus-like eyes, which are beautiful. Not only that, those Kamala, which are having the qualities, her glance is pure with clarity. It is with witness mode without getting attached to any one particular thing. She is surveilling the whole world, emitting that graceful consciousness. And is she seeing in only one place? No. Kamala Vilola Lochana. She is seeing everywhere. The eyes are dallying here and there and here and there. Why? What is it doing? It is emitting that knowledge. The way she is looks Vilola Lochana, which are like lotus, Kamala. Beautiful. Manaswini. Manaswini is one who is full of self-respect, self-control, wisdom, and who is very mindful, sensitive, sharp mind. Manaswini. Bhavatu Varaprasadini. Let her be the joyous giver of grace. Varapradaini. Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini. Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddhirbhavatu Me Sada. Saraswati, one who is Varade, one who is readily giving the Vara again and again, continuously. Kamarupini, one who can take different forms because she is pure consciousness. She can get into any form which are desired by the bhakta or the sadhaka. See, that is also happening within the sadhaka and within the bhakta. When I am sitting to meditate on Mahasaraswati, or when I want to do puja or worship and visualize in front of me, I am using that consciousness, the mind, which is Saraswati only. And she is taking different forms in different people as they desire. Kama Rupini. So, and also she has that flow of consciousness in her. She is Saraswati. Namaskubhyam, I bow down to you, O Saraswati. Kama Rupini. You take the desired form as I want. Thank you. I bow down to you. Vidyarambham Karishyami. I am starting to realize Vidya. Vidya is what? Atmajnana, Brahmajnana, Sri Vidya. Arambham Karishyami. That means Vidyarambham Karishyami. I am starting. I am trying to realize you. That means Vidya is eternal, pure knowledge of Atmajnana, Brahmajnana. Avidya is total ignorance. Because I am living in this avidya, samsara, or as I am the body, I am the mind. I am not able to come directly next to you at all moments. Because I am going through the change, being in this world, which is changing continuously, isn't it? So, every moment, each time I want to contact with Vidya, there is change in me. So, each time it is like Arambha, Arambha. When I want to go on, step up the ladder, I go to the first step. For some reason, I slip down. Again, I had to go on to the step one. Okay, I climbed the first step. When I want to go to the second step, that second step is new thing for me, isn't it? That increase in my awareness, increase in my knowledge is also first step at that point. When I go to the third step, that is new for me each time. And just because I have gone way up 13, 14 floors, it doesn't mean that I have already reached and I don't have to come. No, each time if I have to go up, I'm starting every moment. So this Vidyarambham, normally we take it as I'm starting my studies. That is very, very superficial understanding. When we start contemplating what is that Vidya, why Agastyamuni has said Vidyarambham Karishyami, why is it coming from his mouth at this point? When we think of it, Vidya is eternal. She is there. But because I am caught in ever-changing mind and body, each time I try to understand something, it is new and it is start only. When is the end? Only when I realize that Vidya is also within me and she's out everywhere. Other than Vidya, there's nothing eternal. When that knowledge comes, I become that Vidya. Till then, it is Vidyarambham only. Vidyarambham Karishyami. Siddhir bhavatu me sada. Let me get that siddhi, accomplishment of what I'm trying to gain. Saraswati namastubhyam sarvadevi namo namah. You are Sarvadevi. You are the divine Devi who is representing all different Devis. You are that. Yes, Mahasaraswati is that consciousness, jnana, which makes us go to all other Devis. But if I understand, they are also very much that Devi only, who is Durga. Shanta Rupe, one who is in that peaceful, serene form. Shashidhare, one who is wearing the moon. Here, this is also actually a representation. Moon. One who is wearing moon means she is having all the qualities of that moon. Shashidhare. Sarva Yoge Namo Namaha. I go down to that Sarva Yoge, one who is the yoga, the union with everything. So this also very clearly says that because Saraswati is the consciousness, because that consciousness is uniting with everything, we are perceiving everything. So without the union with Saraswati, nothing is possible. That is what it says. Yaya vina jagat sarvam Mukha Unmatta Unmattavat Sada. So, Sarva Yogi, she is that union of all kinds, in all levels, all types. Nityanande, she's always happy. She is nothing but eternal bliss. Eternal bliss. Because she is Vidya. Niradhare. And she is the one who is giving support to everything else. But she doesn't need any support. Niradhare. She is without any support. Because she is independent. Mahasaraswati. She is independent, not depending on anything. Vidyadhare. One who is supporting all kinds of vidya, knowledge. To get that Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya, the eternal knowledge, transcendental knowledge, we have to have the secular knowledge as the stepping stones. So, Mahasaraswati is helping us in all levels. Just go back to what we said in the beginning. Which kind of asuras she killed in the form as Mahasaraswati. So, because she is taking care of all those, she becomes Vidyadhare. She is helping us to go up the ladder. Vishalakshi, one who has broad, beautiful, big eyes. That means there is no limit for knowledge. Her eyes are Vishala, spacious. Shuddha Jnane, she is that pure knowledge. That pure knowledge is Atma Vidya, Brahma Vidya. Namo Namaha. I bow down to that. Saraswati. Shuddha Spatika Rupaye. Spatika is colorless. It only has the shine. It is transparent. It has the shine. Shuddha Spatika, like that Spatika, which is so pure, her Rupa is Sukshma Rupe. And her Rupa is very, very subtle, which can be only experienced, but it can never be seen. Sukshma Rupa. Namo Namaha. I bow down to her. Shabda Brahmi. She is the Supreme Brahman as Shabda. Shabda is the very source of the whole manifestation, which takes the form later. So this whole world is called Nama Rupa. That Nama refers to that Shabda. So she is the Supreme Shabda Brahmi, who is the embodiment of Shabda as Saguna Brahman. Chatur Haste, she has 4 hands, which we studied in the first one itself. Sarva Siddhyai, she is the one who is the embodiment of all accomplishments. We are able to accomplish different kinds of things because of her being there in all accomplishments. Every accomplishment is her form. It is she. Sarva Siddhyai Namo Namaha. Muktalankrita Sarvangai. Mooladhare Namo Namaha. So, Muktalankrita Sarvangai. It looks like as though every part of her body, Sarvanga, is decorated with Mukta, the pearl. The soft whiteness, that soft brilliance in pearl is very, very pleasant, calm. When we look at the pearl, it makes the mind happy, calm down, and very pleasant, joyous. So, because she is that knowledge, Sattvika, she's emitting that Sattvika consciousness, knowledge, which looks like Mukta, the pearls. And because she is emitting as consciousness, the whole body, all the parts of her body is covered with the jewels of Mukta, the pearls. And she is Mooladhara, and she is the very basis of everything. Again, I have to say, Yaya Vina Jagat Sarvam. She is the support for everything to happen. Moola Adhara. Mooladhara. She is the basic, very fundamental support, primordial support of all. Namo Namaha. I bow down to her. Moola Mantra Swarupaye. And she is, again, in the form as Moola Mantra. She is the base for all mantras to come out of her. Because she is that Moola Mantra. She is in that form as Moola Mantra. Moola Shakti. And she is the base from whom all other Shaktis, different kinds of energies, powers are coming out, emitting. They are created because of her Moola Shakti. Because she is consciousness. Everything comes out of it. That consciousness is nothing but Parabrahman. She is that. Namo Namaha. I bow down. Manonmani Mahayoge Vagishwari Namo Namaha. Mano Mani Mahayoge. Mahayoga. There are Sarva Yoga. The union of all kinds is one thing. Mahayoga is the union with the Supreme Brahman, which is Shiva, with whom Shakti is uniting. That is Mahayoga. So in that Mahayoga of consciousness and pure energy, pure consciousness and pure energy, when they unite, that is Mahayoga. In that, she shines as a jewel, money, as a gem. And also, Manonmani is one state, one of the states, almost happening near the union of Shiva and Shakti. One can experience it. That is one of the highest evoluted state of mind which experiences that brilliance of union of Shiva and Shakti. Vagishwari, she is the goddess Ishwari. She is the ruler and the goddess of Vak. That is the whole faculty of speech. Namo Namaha. I bow down to her. Vagbhyai means who is through the speech. One who blesses is Vagbhi. Vagbhyai, to her, to that Devi. Varadahastayai, one who is holding the Varadahasta. The boon granting hasta, she is holding. Namo Namo. I bow down to her. One who gives boons, Varada, all the time. And Varadahastayai, she is also holding the Varadahasta. And also, she is Vagbhi. I bow down to her. Vedayai, she is Veda. Veda is Saraswati. Saraswati is Veda. That is, Veda is nothing but the whole knowledge. And she is there. Veda Rupayai. She is in the form of Veda. Veda, Vedayai is the knowledge itself, which comes in the form of Veda. So, Vedayai, Veda Rupayai. She herself is the source of knowledge, Vedayai, isn't it? That source of knowledge is compiled in Vedas. So, she has taken the form as Veda. So, she is the content of the Vedas and she is in the form of Vedas. Veda Rupayai, Vedantayai, Vedanta. Vedas, all the information is in the form of formulae. It will be just 2-3 words, but it is packed with so much of information. One can keep thinking about just one formula of Veda, and one can grow to such an extent. One can do the PhD, multiple PhDs, just hanging on to that one formula. So, all those Upanishads which come as churning of the knowledge of Vedas is giving rise to so many commentaries, explanation, expansion of that formula kind of Veda. So Vedanta, which is the very essence of Veda, she is that too. I bow down. Guna dosha vivarjitaye. Guna dosha vivarjinyai. She is not having virtues nor vices. She is beyond guna, the virtues. Dosha, vices. Varjinyai, one who doesn't have. She is beyond. She is beyond. And then Gunadiptyai. Gunadiptyai. At the same time, she, Deepti means one which inspires the guna, the virtues. One who inspires the good qualities, the good characteristics. Guna, Deepti, one who inspires. And also we can understand Guna Deepti, one who shines in virtues. That is also Guna Deepti. Namo Namaha. I bow down to her. Sarvajnane, one who is knower of all, knower of everything. Sadanande, one who is all the time blissful. Sarvarupe, and she is in all forms because Saraswati is consciousness and jnana. Because of jnana only, we come to know the form. Everything we come to know because of the jnana. So, it is the consciousness through the mind which takes the shape, the form. So, it means Sarva Rupe, she's taking all rupas. Namo Namaha, I bow down to her. Sampannaye, one who is prosperous. Sampanna, she has. One who is accomplished and who is prosperous. Kumarye, she is young and all the time fresh, like Kumari, a young girl. Kumari, ever fresh. Sarvagne, and one who is knowing everything at every moment. So there is difference. Sarvajnane, one who knows everything, is different from Sarvagne, one who knows everything at every moment. Namo Namaha, I bow down to her. So Mahasaraswati is none other than Lalitamba. Yoga Rupe, that is Yoga Rupe. She is in the form of yoga, the union. Union of what? Union of all things. The consciousness has to be there for any union to happen. So she is in that form as union. I come to know that this is a book because there is consciousness flowing through my mind, intellect, the organ of seeing, which is eyes, and that object, and reflecting it back. Everything is depending on the consciousness. That yoga is happening between my eyes and the book because of her. So that union, it is a book, what I'm saying is union. That is nothing but it is her rupa. Yoga rupe. Rama Devye, she is pleasant, delighting. Rama, she is beautiful, delighting, pleasant, and very loving. Yoganande. So when there is yoga, there is naturally happiness in all levels. In all levels. Yoganande. She is the bliss in all yogas. Yoga means, again, the union. Won't I feel happy when I see, recognize, and see that it is a book? That knowledge itself will make me happy. So like that, there is yoga in every second of our life also, even in our day-to-day life. So, Mahasaraswati's presence, we are experiencing in every act of ours. Yoganande Namo Namaha. Divya Jnane, she is the knowledge which is divine. Divya Jnane. Trinetraye, one who has three eyes. That means the eyes which are looking through this world, and another one, the Jnana Chakshu. All the three eyes are active. They're activated in her. Divya Gnayai, Trinetrayai, Divya Murtyai. And because of which her Murti, her form is Divya, divine and shining, bright. Namo Namaha, I bow down. Ardha Chandra Dhare, one who is wearing the crescent. That means she is not different from Shakti. She is very much that. Devi, who is divine goddess. Chandra Rupe, one who has the Rupa of Chandra, means the qualities of Chandra. Namo Namaha. What is the quality of Chandra? Giving the pleasant light which makes the beings so joyous. That pleasant, cool light brings joy, bliss to the beings. Chandraditya Jatadhari, one who is wearing both Chandra and Aditya. Aditya is sun. Surya and Chandra. And also Jatadhari. She is wearing Jata, the matted hair on her. Chandra Bimbe, again, she is Sattvika in her presence, in her appearance. So she looks like Chandra because she is Sattvika. She is the embodiment of Sattvika. And Chandraditya Jatadhari. Chandraditya, why is she wearing both? Because she is Kundalini Shakti, who is present in everyone, and Chandra and Aditya, sun and moon, are there in every being. So her presence as Kundalini is wearing that Chandra and Surya. Yet she maintains her form as Chandra Bimba. Namo Namo. Here Jatadhari, why is it telling Jatadhari? That Kundalini Shakti is the one who is working on beings like yogi. Jatadhari, Jatadhara, bearing the Jata represents a yogi. So her way of working is also like a yogi, Saraswati, isn't it? Saraswati is working continuously on all like a yogi. Anurupe, Maharupe, Vishwarupe. Anurupe, she is in the form subtlest as Anu, an atom. Maharupe, she is so huge, like the whole Virat Rupa. Huge, hugest. And Anurupe, smallest, subtlest. Vishwarupe, Vishwa is that which is having multiplicity in it. So Maharupa is the whole manifestation as one being. Vishwarupa, what are all there within that Maharupa? That is Vishwarupa. Namo Namaha. I bow down to her. Anima Dhyashta Siddhyaye. One who is having the Siddhis, Ashta Siddhis as her Rupa. Anima, Mahima, all those things are nothing but Mahasaraswati. one who has accomplished all these things, and she is those Ashtasiddhis. Anandaye, one who is nothing but Ananda. Namo Namaha, and she is Durga. Jnana Vijnana Rupaye, one who is present in the form of knowledge. Jnana. Vijnana, experiential, special knowledge is her form. She is Jnana Rupe. She is also Vijnana Rupe. Vijnana is Vishesha Jnana, the special Jnana. That becomes special Jnana only when it is experienced. So experiential special knowledge, which is very much needed for transcendental knowledge or the experience of that. Transcendental presence of Supreme. Nana Rupe, and she is in multiple forms. That means she is Sarvavyapi, Vishwavyapi. Padmade, one who is the giver of lotus. That means one who gives all the qualities of lotus to sadhaka, to bhakta. Isn't it? If you see, spiritual masters are one who has gone steps ahead, senior sadhakas. We can see that characteristics of lotus in those people. Padmade, Padma Vamshe, one who belongs to that family. Her origin is from that purity of lotus. Padma Rupe, one who is in the form as lotus. Again, it refers to the quality of lotus being present, and she is the source. Parameshti, Parameshti, one who is Parameshti. Parameshti is one who is supreme. Even that Parameshti is addressed to a divine guru, because they are the supreme guru who are able to pull all the sadhakas to that level, which is possible only by Supreme. So, Parameshti, she is that Supreme, and she is that Supreme Guru also. Paramurti, her form is transcendental. Para, the Supreme transcendental Murti form, which can be only experienced through the inner eye, Jnana Chakshu. Namaste, Papanashini, one who takes away, one who destroys all sins, all types of sins. Mahadevye, one who is the great goddess, Mahadevye. Mahakali, one who is Mahakali. Mahalakshmi, one who is Mahalakshmi. So Mahadevi is that Lalitamba, who is the Saraswati, Lakshmi, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi. She is the same. Namo Namaha. So now can we understand how that Durga Saptashati has taken care of the growth of a being as sadhaka or bhakta, and how they are taking care of rooting out all the evil, negative, demonic qualities in sadhaka and the bhakta, and they are making him becoming pure. Brahma Vishnu Shivaya. She is Brahma. She is Vishnu. She is Shiva. Means what? She is independent, being Durga, as I told in the beginning. She is independent and she is whole. And she is very much Brahma, very much Shiva, very much Vishnu. So all three are her. Means what? She is Parama Atma. Because even these, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, are also nothing but Parama Atma. Mahadevi, Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, even they are none other than Parama Atma. That is Parabrahma. Namo Namo. Brahmanarye, who is Brahmanari, highly adorable Saguna Brahma, because Nari is added here. It is like a teaser for the previous adjectives which he has given to Mahasaraswati. Kamalakara Gehaye. Akara means group, bunch. Kamalakara means bunch of lotus flowers. She has that bunch of flowers of lotus as Geha, her home, her residence. That means she resides in the bunch of lotus flowers. Kamarupe. Why is that Kamarupa again? She takes the form which she desires to have. So that means Mahasaraswati is consciousness and jnana. Because of that, she is taking different kinds of forms according to her desire. In the previous one, she is taking forms according to the desire of the bhaktas and the sadhakas. Did you get the difference? She takes the form according to her desire, Kamarupa. Kamarupe. She takes according to her desire, different forms. Kama is desire, according to her desire. She also is able to take the different forms according to the desire, Kamarupa, of bhaktas and the sadhakas. So in both the ways, she maintains herself as activated consciousness. Kapali Karmadiptaye Karmadaye Namo Namaha. Kapali. Kapali is Matrika Shakti. When Devi Uma was attacked by Andhakasura, Shiva, using his Mahapinaka to destroy that Andhakasura, he was multiplying himself. That is when Shiva created Matrika Shaktis and asked them to drain out all the blood from these demons who are cropping up again and again. So among those Matrika Shaktis, Kapali is one, who happens to be Mahasaraswati. Karma Deeptaye. Deepti is also another Matrika. Karma Deepti. Deepti is one who has the brilliance, that luster. Deepti. Karma Deepti, one who brilliantly shines in the karma. That karma is the yaga, yajna, homa. In that, she receives all the oblations which are offered to her. She receives it and shines brightly. Karma Deepti. Another understanding what we can take is one who inspires the deeds, the good deeds, one who inspires. Karma Deepti. One who lights up the karmas. Karma Daye. One who also gives the energy to carry on the karma. So one can accomplish the deed, the karma. Karmadaye namo namaha. Sayam pratha paten nityam. One who recites evening and morning, Shanmasat for 6 months, Siddhiruchyate. He gets that siddhi, accomplishment. He gets that knowledge. Because of which, Chora Vyagra Bhayam Nasti. Because of which he will not get the fear of Chora, the robber, or Vyagra, the tiger, or any animals which are dangerous animals like tigers. After doing all these things, what is this? Chora, Vyagra, Bhaya. What can we understand by this? That too by Mahasaraswati. Chora. When we are doing the sadhana and we have already come to the last 3 days of our Navaratri Aradhana, having destroyed so many Rakshasas, evil traits in us, we have come to the last 3 days. There are we getting the fear of Chora? Yes, there is the fear of Chora. Who is that Chora? The thoughts, not getting the concentration. Isn't it? I want to concentrate totally on Mahasaraswati, Durga, Durga, Durga. But here and there, other thoughts, flashes. And those thoughts which are not at all connected with Durga, but connected with mundane things, they are robbing the very thought, the very goal, very purpose of my Aradhana of Durga Devi. She takes away that fear because I have done the recitation for so long. So if you are able to recite and do dhyana on Mahasaraswati, this problem which is created by the robber of that Maha thought, the great thought, Maha Chintana on Durga Mahasaraswati, robbed by other thoughts, will be gone. Tiger, what is that? All the animalistic instincts which can come up and take us again back into the cave of darkness, of ignorance, pulling us downward. that should also not happen. That fear will also be there. So that is also taken away because the mind has already crossed and it is joyously going above. And the mind is totally enjoying the oneness with Mahasaraswati without robbing any other thoughts. I mean, without any other thoughts being robbed of this Maha thought on Durga. And also not getting attracted by any animalistic instincts, behavior, traits of animals, which are very much there. Even that is gone. Chora Vyagra Bhayam Nasti Patatham Shunvatam Api. Not only by recitation, even if we are able to hear it, Shravanatam Api, even by listening to this Stotra, this Bhaya will go. Itham Saraswati Stotram Agastyamuni Vachakam. The Agastyamuni has given us this Stotra. Sarva Siddhikaram Nrinam. To human beings, which is Sarva Siddhikara, it gives all siddhis, all accomplishments. Because Mahasaraswati is the only important ingredient for any action to happen, for any yoga to happen. So, Sarva Siddhikaram Nrinam Sarva Papa Pranashanam. And it takes away all traits of sinful thoughts and actions which we commit with knowledge or without knowledge. Even that is taken out. So I will sing few shlokas. Whenever we are reciting any shloka, if we give a simple tune to it, it really touches the heart and also we can visualize instead of just reciting it as shloka. So I always prefer to sing in very simple tune. Ya kundendu तुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युत शङ्कर प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा पूजिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापः दुर्भिर्युक्ता चतुर्भिः स्फटिकमणि निभैरक्षमालां दधाना हस्तेनैकेन पद्मं सितमपि च शुकं पुस्तकं चापरेण भासा कुन्देन्दुशङ्ख स्फटिकमणिनिभा भासमाना समाना सा मे वाग्देवतेयम् निवसतु वदने सर्वदा सुप्रसन्ना सुरासुरासेवित पादपङ्कज करे विराजत् कमनीय पुस्तका विरिञ्चि पत्नी कमलासनस्थिता सरस्वती नृत्यतु वाचि मे सदा सरस्वती सरसिज केसर प्रभा तपस्विनी सितकमलासन प्रिया घनस्तनी कमल विलोललोचना मनस्विनी भवतु वरप्रसादिनी सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं सर्वदेवी नमो नमः शान्तरूपे शशिधरे सर्वयोगे नमो नमः नित्यानन्दे निराधारे निष्कलायै नमो नमः विद्याधरे विशालाक्षी शुद्धज्ञाने नमो नमः शुद्धस्फटिकरूपायै सूक्ष्मरूपे नमो नमः शब्दब्रह्मि चतुर्हस्ते सर्वसिद्ध्यै नमो नमः मुक्तालङ्कृतसर्वाङ्गे मूलाधारे नमो नमः मूलमन्त्रस्वरूपायै मूलशक्त्यै नमो नमः मनोमयी महायोगी वागीश्वरी नमो नमः वाण्यै वरदहस्तायै वरदायै नमो नमः वेद्यायै वेदरूपायै वेदान्तायै नमो नमः गुणदोषविवर्जिन्त्यै गुणदीत्यै नमो नमः. Like that, the rest of the shlokas will also go. This is also considered as Maha Mantra. One can benefit by reciting this. Om Shiva Shakti Shiva Shakti Shiva Shakti 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 Om